Most smart glasses conversations usually start with big promises. Screens in your vision, augmented reality, cameras everywhere, and features that sound impressive on paper but rarely fit into real life. That's why when Xiaomi Smart Glasses enter the discussion, a lot of people don't expect much at first. And yet once you actually understand what Xiaomi Smart Glasses are designed to do, and more importantly what they deliberately choose not to do, the conversation changes completely. Xiaomi Smart Glasses are not trying to replace your phone, your eyes, or your reality. They don't add visuals in front of you. They don't ask you to learn new habits. Instead, they focus on something much simpler and far more practical: letting you hear and communicate without blocking the world around you. That design choice is the reason people start talking about them after using them in normal daily situations. From the moment you put on Xiaomi Smart Glasses, they feel like regular eyewear first and a smart device second. The frame design follows the familiar shape of standard glasses, and that matters more than people realize. You don't feel like you're wearing a gadget on your face. You feel like you're wearing glasses that happen to have audio built into them. That mental shift is important because it changes how comfortable you are using them outside, around other people, and for long periods of time. Comfort is one of the first things users notice. Xiaomi Smart Glasses distribute their weight evenly, and the pressure on the nose and ears feels similar to traditional glasses. Because the audio components are built into the arms, there's no need for earbuds sitting inside your ears. That alone changes the experience for people who find in-ear headphones uncomfortable over long sessions. You can wear Xiaomi Smart Glasses while walking, working at home, or doing light tasks without feeling isolated from your surroundings. The audio experience is where Xiaomi Smart Glasses quietly stand out. Instead of sealing your ears, they use open-ear speakers positioned close enough to deliver sound clearly while still allowing ambient noise to come through. In real life, this means you can listen to music, podcasts, or calls while still hearing traffic, voices, or environmental sounds. This isn't about immersive audio, it's about awareness and balance. Phone connectivity is straightforward and familiar. Xiaomi Smart Glasses connect to your smartphone using Bluetooth, just like wireless earbuds. Once connected, they handle audio playback and phone calls without needing extra steps. There's no separate screen to manage and no complicated interface to learn. You control playback and calls using touch gestures on the frame, which quickly becomes second nature after a short time. Taking a phone call with Xiaomi Smart Glasses feels different from using earbuds. Your ears remain open, your voice sounds natural to you, and the built-in microphones handle speech clearly in typical indoor and outdoor conditions. This makes them useful for casual calls at home, quick conversations while walking, or situations where you want your hands free without shutting yourself off from the environment. Daily usability is where Xiaomi Smart Glasses quietly earn their place. You don't need to plan when to use them. You don't need a specific scenario. You just put them on in the morning like regular glasses, and throughout the day they handle audio when you need it. Listening to directions, answering calls, or playing audio happens without reaching for your phone or inserting earbuds. Battery use fits naturally into this pattern as well. Xiaomi Smart Glasses are designed to be recharged using their included charging case, which also protects them when not in use. You develop the same habit you already have with other wearables. Use them during the day. Place them in the case when you're done and they're ready again later. What makes this approach stand out is not that Xiaomi Smart Glasses do more than others, but that they intentionally do less. They don't distract you visually. They don't demand attention. They integrate into daily life instead of competing with it. That's why people who weren't originally excited about smart glasses start paying attention after spending time with them. And as you continue using Xiaomi Smart Glasses in different situations, something interesting happens. You stop thinking about them as smart glasses at all, and that's exactly where the conversation begins to shift. Say continue, and I'll seamlessly move into the next section, where we go deeper into real-world comparisons, long-term wear, and why this audio-first approach changes how people judge smart glasses as a category.
By the time you reach this stage of using Xiaomi Smart Glasses, the conversation around them feels different from how it started. Early discussions usually focus on what the glasses do. Later discussions focus on how often they're actually worn. That shift matters, because it's where most smart wearables either prove their value or quietly disappear from daily routines. Xiaomi Smart Glasses settle into a role that feels familiar rather than disruptive. You put them on the same way you put on regular glasses. There's no sense of switching into a special tech mode. The frames sit the same way throughout the day, and the experience remains consistent whether you're indoors, outdoors, or moving between environments. That consistency is one of the reasons people keep them on instead of taking them off halfway through the day. Over time, you stop actively thinking about the technology inside Xiaomi Smart Glasses. What you notice instead is how often they remove small friction points. Audio plays without blocking your ears. Calls happen without pulling out a phone. Short moments of interaction stay short, rather than turning into long screen sessions. These aren't dramatic changes, but they add up. One thing that becomes clearer with extended use is how Xiaomi Smart Glasses fit into quiet moments. Walking alone, waiting in a line, sitting on public transport, or moving through familiar spaces. In these moments, the glasses don't demand attention. They simply remain available. When there's nothing happening, nothing happens. When something does, interaction stays minimal. That restraint becomes increasingly important the longer you wear them. Many wearable devices feel useful in short bursts, but exhausting over time. Xiaomi Smart Glasses avoid that pattern by keeping interaction limited and predictable. You don't constantly check them. You don't feel the urge to adjust settings or monitor status. They operate in the background, which is exactly where most people want their technology to be. Another long-term observation is how Xiaomi Smart Glasses affect habits around phones. The phone doesn't disappear, but it stops being the first response to every notification or sound. You stay more aware of your surroundings because your eyes aren't pulled downward as often. That subtle change makes daily movement feel smoother and less interrupted. In conversations with other people, the glasses don't dominate attention. They don't signal that you're recording, broadcasting, or disengaged. When audio is playing, it stays personal. When it stops, it fully stops. This clear boundary helps the glasses blend into social settings without creating awkwardness or distraction. Comfort continues to play a role here, because Xiaomi Smart Glasses don't introduce frequent interaction. They don't encourage constant adjustments. You're not tapping, swiping, or looking for visual feedback. The glasses remain physically present, but mentally quiet. That combination is what allows them to stay on your face longer than many other smart wearables. Charging routines also remain simple and predictable. You quickly learn when to charge and how it fits into your day. There's no anxiety around sudden shutdowns or complex battery management. That predictability reinforces trust, and trust is what turns occasional use into habit. What's interesting is that when people stop using Xiaomi Smart Glasses for a few days, the absence feels subtle but noticeable. You reach for audio that isn't there. You pull out your phone more often than you remember doing before. That contrast highlights what the glasses contribute, not by adding more, but by reducing small interruptions. This is where the idea of a game changer becomes clearer, without needing exaggeration. Xiaomi Smart Glasses don't change everything at once. They change how technology behaves around you. Instead of asking for attention, they wait quietly. Instead of pulling you into screens, they let you stay present. That approach explains why discussion around Xiaomi Smart Glasses continues, even without constant headlines. People talk about them because they fit into real routines. They don't require a lifestyle shift. They don't demand explanation. They simply work when needed and disappear when not. In the end, Xiaomi Smart Glasses don't redefine what smart glasses are supposed to be. They redefine how unobtrusive they can feel. And for many users, that turns out to be the most meaningful change of all.
As you keep using Xiaomi Smart Glasses beyond the first few days, the differences between them and other wearable audio devices become clearer in ways that spec sheets never explain. This is where real-life behavior matters more than technical descriptions, because smart glasses live on your face, not in a pocket or on a desk. They become part of how you move through the day. One of the biggest changes users notice over time is how naturally Xiaomi Smart Glasses fit into social situations. With earbuds or headphones, there's always a visible signal that you're plugged in. People hesitate to speak to you, and you often have to remove something from your ears to engage. Xiaomi Smart Glasses don't create that barrier. From the outside, they look like normal glasses. From your perspective, you're still present in the environment. Conversations can start and stop naturally without awkward pauses or device adjustments. This matters in work-from-home settings, casual offices, and shared spaces. You can listen to audio quietly while staying aware of what's happening around you. If someone speaks to you, you hear them immediately. You don't feel cut off, and that changes how often you actually use the device. Instead of being something you take out for specific moments, Xiaomi Smart Glasses stay on your face, ready when needed. Another aspect that becomes more noticeable over time is ear comfort. Many people tolerate in-ear earbuds rather than truly enjoying them. Pressure, ear fatigue, and discomfort slowly add up, especially during long listening sessions. Because Xiaomi Smart Glasses don't sit inside the ear canal, that fatigue doesn't build in the same way. You can listen for longer periods without the sensation that something needs to come out of your ears. Audio clarity remains practical, rather than dramatic, and that's intentional. Xiaomi Smart Glasses are not designed to replace over-ear headphones or noise-canceling earbuds. They prioritize speech clarity for calls and spoken content while delivering music at a level suitable for personal listening in everyday environments. In quiet settings, the sound is clear and controlled. In louder environments, you remain aware of your surroundings, which is part of the design rather than a limitation. Microphone performance plays a key role here. Xiaomi Smart Glasses use built-in microphones positioned to capture your voice during calls. In normal indoor conditions and typical outdoor situations, your voice comes through clearly enough for casual conversations. This makes them suitable for everyday calls, short meetings, and quick check-ins, without needing to hold a phone or wear a headset. Touch controls on the frame become intuitive with repeated use. Adjusting playback, answering calls, or managing basic functions happens through simple gestures on the arms of the glasses. Because these controls are physically attached to something already on your face, you don't have to search for buttons or pull out another device. Over time, this small convenience adds up and changes how often you interact with audio throughout the day. When comparing Xiaomi Smart Glasses to traditional Bluetooth earbuds, the difference is less about sound quality and more about behavior. Earbuds ask you to commit to listening. Smart glasses allow listening to happen in the background of life. That distinction explains why some people who rarely used earbuds suddenly find themselves using smart glasses daily. There's also a psychological element that becomes apparent after longer use. Wearing Xiaomi Smart Glasses doesn't feel like wearing technology in the same way other wearables do. There's no screen demanding attention. There are no visual notifications pulling your focus away. The glasses quietly perform one function and then disappear from your awareness. That restraint is part of why they feel sustainable to use over time. Battery habits settle into a predictable rhythm. Because Xiaomi Smart Glasses come with a charging case, you naturally place them inside. When you're done wearing them, charging becomes passive rather than something you actively think about. You don't feel pressure to track percentages constantly. Instead, they fit into the same pattern as other everyday accessories. What's interesting is how this simplicity changes expectations around smart glasses as a category. Many people approach smart glasses expecting futuristic features and visual displays. Xiaomi Smart Glasses challenge that assumption by proving that usefulness doesn't require complexity. By focusing on audio, comfort, and awareness, they redefine what smart can mean in wearable form. This shift becomes especially clear when you think about where and when you actually use them. Walking, cooking, commuting, or working casually at home all become moments where audio access feels helpful rather than intrusive. You're not stopping what you're doing to use technology. The technology fits into what you're already doing, and this is where the larger conversation starts to form. Xiaomi Smart Glasses don't compete with phones or advanced AR devices. They occupy a different space entirely, one that's grounded in daily habits rather than future possibilities. That positioning is why people who weren't initially interested in smart glasses begin to reconsider their value. As usage continues, the question stops being whether Xiaomi Smart Glasses are impressive, and instead becomes whether this quieter, audio-first approach is actually what most people need from wearable tech right now. And that question leads directly into how these glasses reshape expectations for comfort, practicality, and long-term adoption. By the time you reach this stage of using Xiaomi Smart Glasses, the conversation naturally shifts from features to habits. That's often the clearest sign that a piece of technology is doing its job properly. Instead of thinking about what the device can do, you start noticing how often you reach for it without thinking, and how strange it feels when it's not there. One of the most telling aspects of Xiaomi Smart Glasses is how they quietly replace small daily interactions with your phone. You don't stop using your phone entirely, of course, but you use it differently. Short calls don't require pulling your phone out of your pocket. Audio notifications are heard without checking a screen. Voice interactions happen while your hands stay free. None of this feels revolutionary in isolation, but together it changes the rhythm of everyday tasks. This hands-free nature becomes especially noticeable during movement. Walking, light commuting, or doing chores around the house all feel more fluid. You're not constantly adjusting earbuds or worrying about one falling out. Xiaomi Smart Glasses stay in place like regular eyewear, which makes them more predictable than many other wearables. Predictability matters because it builds trust, and trust leads to consistent use. Over time, you also become more aware of how unobtrusive the design really is. The frame doesn't draw attention in public spaces. People don't ask questions or stare. In many cases, others don't realize you're wearing smart glasses at all. This subtlety lowers the social friction that often comes with new wearable tech. You don't feel like you're making a statement just by using them. That social neutrality is one of the reasons Xiaomi Smart Glasses feel practical rather than experimental. They don't try to redefine how people see you. They simply add audio capability to something people already wear. This approach aligns with how technology tends to succeed long-term, not by standing out, but by blending in. From a daily usability perspective, the balance between awareness and immersion continues to stand out. You can listen to music or a podcast while still hearing traffic, conversations, or announcements around you. This makes Xiaomi Smart Glasses particularly suitable for environments where full isolation isn't safe or comfortable. Instead of fighting your surroundings, you stay connected to them. Calls remain one of the most consistently useful features. Being able to answer a call quickly, speak naturally, and continue what you're doing feels efficient in a way that traditional audio devices don't always deliver. The microphones and open-ear design support casual conversations without creating a sense of being closed off from the world. Another important element is how little mental effort the glasses require. There's no learning curve that stretches over weeks. After a short adjustment period, using Xiaomi Smart Glasses feels instinctive. Touch controls become second nature, audio behavior becomes predictable, and charging fits naturally into your routine. This low cognitive load makes a big difference for long-term satisfaction. When people describe Xiaomi Smart Glasses as a game changer, it's not because they introduce radical new technology. It's because they remove friction from existing behaviors. They take something people already do, listening to audio and making calls, and make it easier to do without changing posture, attention, or social interaction. This grounded approach also explains why comparisons to more advanced smart glasses often miss the point. Devices with displays and complex interfaces serve a different purpose. Xiaomi Smart Glasses are not trying to replace screens or introduce augmented visuals. They focus on one category and execute it with restraint. That clarity of purpose is rare in wearable tech. Over extended use, the value becomes less about novelty and more about reliability. You know what to expect every time you put them on. There are no surprises, no distractions, and no pressure to engage more than you want to. That reliability encourages daily wear, which is ultimately the metric that matters most for wearables. What Xiaomi Smart Glasses demonstrate is that progress in wearable technology doesn't always come from adding more features. Sometimes it comes from refining the experience to the point where the technology fades into the background. When that happens, users stop evaluating and start relying. By the end of the day, that's why conversations around Xiaomi Smart Glasses sound different from typical tech launches. People aren't debating specs or chasing future updates. They're talking about comfort, convenience, and whether they'd want to go back to using something else. And for many, the answer is no. That's what makes this approach stand out in real life. Not because it promises a new future, but because it fits into the present so naturally. Xiaomi Smart Glasses don't ask you to change how you live. They simply adjust how you listen, speak, and move through your day. And sometimes that's exactly what a real game changer looks like.